On tonight's episode of the podcast, over on the movie side, we're talking Tron Ares. You either love it or you hate it. Where did I fall? We're going to talk about it. Channing Tatum's back in the theater with the true story, Roofman. We'll chat about that one. Over on the streaming side, Netflix dropped The Woman in Cabin 10, based on the best-selling book. We'll talk about that one. Over on the TV side, we got a lot to chat about. The new Apple TV Plus show, The Last Frontier, The Chair Company over on HBO Max, 911 Nashville, DMV. I'm talking Loot Season 3 premiere, and we got to chat about that Peacemaker season finale. Whew, we got some thoughts. So strap on in. It's time for a new Am I on the Air? Well, all right. What is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I am your humble host. I'm so happy that you're here to join me tonight to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news and television, movies, and non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-by-week basis to get caught up with it all. Tonight, it's Season 30, Episode 24, and tonight's show is titled No Going Back. We're going to be breaking down the news from October the 8th through today, October the 14th. I got 3 movies to talk about. I got a ton of TV shows to talk about. So we got a jam-packed show because, of course, we got to get through the news of the week as well. So let's jump on in and not waste any more time. Up first, the big movie of the weekend, Tron Ares. This one here, I've been very excited about. I don't know if I would call myself a massive Tron fan, but I really do like this series. I grew up mainly in the 80s, so I remember the original Tron movie. It was definitely unique for the time. But then, I think like 10 years ago, we got Tron Legacy, right? And the Daft Punk score, and it was really cool to go back to the grid. Real fun movie. I really like Tron Legacy. But now, all these years later, we get Tron Ares. And from the very first trailer, I was sold. Now, I was sold for multiple reasons. Number one, because I like the Tron series. Number two, red is my favorite color, and this trailer was just blasted with red, and I absolutely ate it up. And number three, Nine Inch Nails taking over for Daft Punk, right? Daft Punk retired. They couldn't get them back. They got 9 Inch Nails to score this movie. I was ready, man. So I went this past Thursday on the preview night, checked it out in IMAX 3D, and I absolutely loved it. This movie was awesome. And it's crazy to me, the divisiveness that I see online. This happens every once in a while with a damn movie where people love it to death or they say it's the biggest piece of shit they've ever seen. I have seen people label this movie as the worst film of the year. Now, I'm sorry. If this is the same year that Ice Cube's War of the Worlds came out, this is not the worst movie of the year, and not even close. This movie is awesome, and this is one that, again, has critics kind of divided. It is still a fresh movie. It is fresh across Rotten Tomatoes from critics to the audience people. So don't get that twisted, right? Even though the critic rating is in the 60% range, that is still fresh. It is still positive. But on the audience rating, this movie has 87%. 87. This goes to show you that the general audience really, really likes this film. And I am one of those people. I ate this movie up like candy from the opening segment to the opening credits, to the first needle drop of that Nine Inch Nails soundtrack. I was so in. I was all the way in on this movie. Now, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, the story really sucks. Again, do I go to a movie like Tron Ares for an amazing story? No, I don't. I go to a movie like this because I want it to be visually appealing. I want it to take me away to a world that doesn't exist. And that's exactly what this movie did. It took me into the grid. It showed me things I hadn't seen before. You know, we had all the different fighting segments between the blue people and the red people and just the Tron cycles and just everything this movie brought. It was so creative, and the different machines and the flying apparatuses and then the boat, and I mean, it just takes you down so many different paths. And I know a lot of people are going to point straight to Jared Leto on this movie. Oh, Jared Leto sucks. He's the reason I don't want to go see it. I've seen a lot of people say that they just won't see this movie because of Jared Leto. And that sucks, because I will be honest, I'm not the biggest Jared Leto guy, but he was really good in this movie. He plays Ares top notch. It's a role that's kind of custom fit for him, right? He's an AI that kind of comes to life, and he plays it kind of robotically, but he has some charisma. It works. He did a great job. Greta Lee is in this. She does a great job. Evan Peters in this. You hate him, and that's what they want you to do in this movie. Gillian Anderson is in here. Jodie Turner-Smith is in here. Of course, Jeff Bridges pops up. I don't know. It feels like most people that are hating on this movie never even saw it. They wrote it off before even going to see it. But what I'm happy to see is I feel like in the last 24 hours, whether I'm on X or I'm on Threads, I'm seeing a lot of positive push for Tron Ares. And I hope it really takes off, because I want to shut down the naysayers here. This is kind of like, I don't know, I'd hate to compare it to like a Transformers, but, that's kind of where my mind goes, right? Like, you go to a Transformers movie for the spectacle. You go to see blown away by great action. And that's what I feel Tron brings you. Tron brings you a visual feast. A feast of goodness. And then when that Nine Inch Nails soundtrack comes banging in, oh my God, this is why I say you got to see it in IMAX. You got to see it in like a Dolby Cinema. You got to see it in the biggest screen with the best sound, because when that soundtrack bumps with the electronic kind of futuristic grid things that you're watching, it does its job, man. It really does its job. It's directed very well. It looks beautiful. And there is a mid-credit scene that sets up something for the fourth film. And I really want it. And right now, the box office is not so hot for this film, and it really bums me out, because there was high expectations for this thing, and it didn't play out the way it was supposed to. So now there's a big question mark if we'll ever get another Tron movie in this universe, and that really, really bums me out, because it sets up for some cool shit down the road that we unfortunately may now never get. But guys, I can't wait to see this movie again. I hope to go see it again in the movie theater. I loved it. It's one of my favorite films of the year. Man, when I think of score, I'm just so wavering all over the place. Like, my initial score was a 4. The more I think about this movie, and I feel like when I watch it a second time, it may bump to a 5. I don't know. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to actually layer it in at a 4.5, because I hate to use half stars, but you know what? The more and more I think of this movie and what it provided for me was exactly what I wanted, and that's how my star scale works, right? Give me what I need, give me what I want, give me what I expected, deliver, and this movie delivered. So I'm going to go 4.5 out of 5 on this one right now. Upon further viewing, it may alter up to a 5. Maybe it'll drop down to a 4, but it lies right in that 4 to 5 star scale. I really, really enjoyed it. My whole party that I watched it with enjoyed it. And I can't preach it enough to see it on the biggest screen possible. So that's Tron Ares for me. The next movie, I went back to the theater over the weekend and I checked out Roofman. This is the one about a former army ranger and struggling father who turns to robbing McDonald's restaurants by cutting holes in their roofs, earning him the nickname Roofman. After escaping prison, he secretly lives inside a Toys R Us for 6 months, surviving undetected while planning his next move. But when he falls for a divorced mom, drawn to his undeniable charm, his double life begins to unravel, setting off a compelling and suspenseful game of cat and mouse as his past closes in. So this one here, of course, Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, you got Lakeith Stanfield, Juno Temple, Peter Dinklage, Uza Aduba, Ben Mendelsohn is in this. Great cast. This is a true story. Channing Tatum plays the guy. And yes, that is the story, man. This guy was breaking into McDonald's, but he's a real nice guy. He never hurt nobody. He just was doing what he needed to do to, take care of his family, right? And he gets caught. He goes to jail, and then he breaks out, and he ends up finding a spot to kind of crash in at a Toys R Us, and he lives his life at night when no one's there, and it's just a crazy, crazy story. Now, this movie, going into it, I expected it to really be around all the break-ins at McDonald's and then the big Toys R Us story. I expected to see more of like the robberies and his kind of journey through all of that. This movie is not that, so I want to preface that. Not going to spoil anything, but basically, this movie kind of takes place right after the McDonald's stuff and then kind of mainly focuses on the Toys R Us aspect, but it becomes this like rom-com between Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst's character. And the movie is very heavily focused on their relationship. So that's not the movie I thought I was going in for. And that's not to say it's a bad thing, because at the end of the day, I did like this movie. It runs a little too long for me. It is over 2 hours, and for a movie like this, it really shouldn't have been past an hour and a half. It does drag at times. But Channing is great. Kirsten Dunst is great. Really everybody. Peter Dinklage is great. Everyone that pops up in here is actually really, really good. And I ended up really liking the movie. It just wasn't what I expected. So I want to set that expectation out there for you guys in case you're looking to watch it. And that's the way the trailer kind of perceives it, as this big comedy focusing on all these break-ins. And that's a very, very small portion. So it's more of like a drama, to be honest. So, but I still liked it. So I'd give Roofman 3 out of 5 stars. My next film is going over to the streaming side. The new release over the weekend on Netflix was the movie The Woman in Cabin 10. On a lavish yacht for an assignment, a journalist sees a passenger go overboard, but when no one believes her, she risks her life to uncover the truth. Now, this is based on a best-selling book. It stars Keira Knightley, Guy Pearce. You have Hannah Waddingham in here, Kea Scodario. So it's got a pretty good cast, man. And my wife read the book. She loved the book, so she was very excited about to sit down and watch this movie. So we did, and I really didn't care for it. It was just okay at best. It was pretty boring. It was very slow. It was pretty predictable. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, it just didn't do it for me. So I would give The Woman in Cabin 10 only 2 out of 5 stars. It is on Netflix, so you can give it a shot, see what you think. But for me, it was just okay at best. So 2 out of 5 there for The Woman in Cabin 10. Now, switching on over to the TV side, one of the new shows I checked out was over on Apple TV Plus, which we'll get to the news here soon. And Apple just announced that they're going to drop the Plus, and it's just going to be called Apple TV now, which is kind of weird because that's what the name of their streaming box is. So not to be confused, but so I guess The Last Frontier on Apple TV dropped. This is a new show, and I wanted to check it out because this looked like Con Air when I watched the trailer, and I love Con Air. So yeah, The Last Frontier is when a prison transport plane crashes in the remote Alaskan wilderness, freeing dozens of violent inmates. The region's lone marshal must protect the town that he's vowed to keep safe. So this is a drama thriller that stars Jason Clarke, Dominic Cooper is in here, Haley Bennett, Alfre Woodard is in here. Yeah, like I said, from the trailer, you got the plane full of criminals. The plane crashes. The criminals escape. They're doing their thing, right? Johnny Knoxville's in here as well, too. They dropped the first 2 episodes of this. I watched the first 2, and I really like it. This is a great show. Again, I keep going back to Apple TV is one of the most consistent and awesome streamers that are out there. Almost every single show they drop is great, and the trend continues here with The Last Frontier. Love it so far. Can't wait to see more of this play out. There's a big twist just in the first episode, and they had me, man. Hook, line, and sinker. I really, really like this one. So definitely big thumbs up to check out The Last Frontier on Apple TV. Next up is a new show over on HBO Max. This one here starring Tim Robinson, and Lake Bell is in here. Sophia Lillis from the It movies. This one here, Tim Robinson is the main guy. It's called The Chair Company. And this one's after an embarrassing incident at work. Suburban family man William Ronald Trosper, played by Tim Robinson, finds himself investigating a far-reaching conspiracy. So the premise to this show is actually really, really stupid. Basically, this dude, Tim Robinson, man, and if you've seen anything Tim Robinson, you know how his comedy is. You know how he acts. He's pretty much the same guy in everything. And that's not a bad thing, because I really find him super, super funny. So I was down to watch this. He cracked me the hell up in this show, and that was what makes me recommend it to you all. I really liked it. It is quirky. It is stupid. But I really liked it because I like him. So it's a weird-ass concept, though. He's a business guy. He gets a promotion. He's doing a presentation at a company meeting. And then he goes to sit down and his chair breaks. And he's super embarrassed that his chair broke. And he looks into the company that manufactured this chair. And something's really, really weird with this company. And we're off to the races. I told you it's a stupid-ass premise. He's looking into the chair company, hence the title of the show. Like I said, they only dropped the first episode. The show's only a half hour long. But I really liked the first episode. It had enough laughs. It was funny, and I liked Tim Robinson. So I will be along the ride here and recommend The Chair Company. All right, next new show up, 911 Nashville. That's right, the new spinoff of 911, which is kind of weird still to me. I'm a big fan of the original 911 show. Then they did a spinoff with 911 Lone Star with Rob Lowe, and I really like Lone Star. That was a great spinoff. But then they canceled Lone Star last year, which was very odd. Especially when right after canceling it, I felt like they came out with the announcement that they were doing 911 Nashville. So why cancel your other spinoff if you're just going to bring out a new spinoff? It was really, really weird. But 911 Nashville is here, and this one here is headed up by Chris O'Donnell. Jessica Capshaw is in this, Kimberly Williams, Leanne Rimes. So pretty decent main cast there. And all I'm going to say about this one is if you're a fan of the 911 series, which has been on for like 8 or 9 years now at this point, and if you like Lone Star, I think you'll like Nashville. I think it's going to be a little bit harder to get into this one. I'm a sucker for these shows because I like them, but Nashville was already kind of driving me nuts with all the country music and everybody's talking with their twang, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know, because I hate country music, I hate all that, so I don't know, man. Hopefully I could deal with this show. I didn't mind the season premiere. It's a lot more of the rinse and repeat kind of formula than 911 does, but I'm a sucker for these shows, so I just wanted to shout it out that it is out now, and you can check it out, along with the season premiere of the new season of 911 that is out now as well, the original show. The next new show I checked out was DMV. This is a new comedy that is airing on CBS. It also streams on Paramount+. Guess what? It's about a crew that works at the DMV. The best thing about this show is that Tim Meadows is on this show, and I love me some Tim Meadows, especially coming off of Peacemaker. But Harriet Dyer is in here. She's super funny. Molly Kearney, who was on SNL for a couple years, she's really funny. Tony Cavallero, who's super funny. He was on Righteous Gemstones. So it's got a really good cast. And this is just one of those workplace comedies, man. Half hour, episodes. Pretty much 20-minute episodes if you take out the commercials. But it's getting really good buzz. They just already picked up this show for a full season. But yeah, the season premiere was last night. I checked it out and I liked it. I laughed quite a bit, and that's what these shows are for, right? Make you laugh. And if you laugh, you got to give it a thumbs up. So I will be back for more DMV down the road. Now, next up, I just want to shout out that as of tonight, Loot Season 3 is back for the Season 3 premiere. This is Maya Rudolph's show that is also on Apple TV. This one has Ron Funches in it, Joel Kim Booster, Nat Faxon. Lots of great people on this show. But this show is one of my favorite comedies that's on. I love it. Again, props to Apple TV. This show is so great. I'm glad it keeps getting renewed. Season premiere was awesome. They dropped the first 2 episodes. I only watched the first episode so far because I wanted to check out DMV before I did the show tonight. And it's great. So again, check out Loot over on Apple TV. And lastly, we got to talk about this Peacemaker, man. I know we're already 18 minutes in. We haven't even got to the news, but Peacemaker Season 2 finale. Man, how excited were we going into this? An hour-long episode because everybody's been getting pissed. All these episodes of Peacemaker are like 30 minutes. We finally get an hour. We're going to go out with a bang. James Gunn hyping it up. One of the best things he's ever done. Cameos galore. This is going to be crazy. This episode, whack. It was so meh. A wet fart, a nothing burger, whatever you want to call it. And I loved Peacemaker Season 2. Loved it. Every single episode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, until 8. And I shouldn't even say 8 is a horrible episode. It's a horrible season finale. It really, really is. It leaves the show in a bad spot with no resolution because James Gunn's saying there is no plans for a Peacemaker Season 3, so then why end the show on a cliffhanger? I know he's looking to the bigger picture of the DCU, but when's that going to be? Are we going to not find out what happens to Peacemaker for like 5+ years from now? That's the frustrating part. And nothing really happens in this episode until the last couple minutes. It's disappointing. I watched this episode the minute it dropped, and then at the end I said, oh man, that was kind of a letdown. And I thought it was just me. And then after that, I had a couple friends text me and they were like, oh, I hated that finale. And then another one, oh, I didn't like that finale. And then I went on X and everybody was complaining. I said, oh, wow, it actually isn't just me this time. So it seems, for such a great season, I don't know what happened, James Gunn, but the ball was dropped in that season finale, and that's really, really unfortunate because the rest of the season knocked it out the park, man. I loved it. So definitely disappointing there. That's all I'll say there. Quick review. Tron Ares, now in theaters, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Roofman, now in theaters, 3 out of 5 stars. The Woman in Cabin 10, streaming on Netflix, 2 out of 5 stars. On the TV side, The Last Frontier on Apple TV, thumbs up. The Chair Company on HBO Max, thumbs up. 911 Nashville, you can check it out on Hulu. DMV, thumbs up. Check it out on Paramount Plus. Loot Season 3, now streaming on Apple TV, and Peacemaker finale, if you haven't seen it yet, check it out over on HBO Max. All right, guys, now let's get on over to our box office. Coming in at number 10, it is Good Boy. Number 9, The Strangers Chapter 2, which is now available on Premium VOD. Number 8 is The Smashing Machine. Very, very sad for me to see The Smashing Machine go from its debut last week to week 2, dropping almost 70%, 69.2% from week 1 to week 2, only making $1.7 million in its second week, dropping to number 8 with a total gross in the U.S. at $9.8 million. This movie has not even grossed $10 million in the U.S. after 2 weeks, and it dropped 70% already. Very sad to see. It's a good movie. The Rock was awesome. Christopher Nolan loves it. We'll talk about that later. And just so sad to see, man. Number 7, Demon Slayer. Number 6, Soul on Fire. Number 5, The Conjuring Last Rites, which is also now available on Premium VOD. Number 4, Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. Number 3, One Battle After Another. And here's your 2 big debuts. Number 2, Roofman with $8.1 million. And number 1, Tron Ares with $33.2 million. Glad for Tron to be number 1. Big disappointment, though, from the box office overall. Going into the weekend, they were expecting Tron to hit $50 million. Then it dropped to like 40 to 50. Then it dropped to 35. And then it ended up only at 33. So definitely a bummer there. Not even close to its projections. We will see what happens to it worldwide after this weekend and see what kind of hold it has with people going back for return viewing. So we will see. But that's your box office. Let's get on over to our news of the week because we're already 22 minutes in. So I'm going to try to blaze through. Remember, trailers, full articles, anything you want to see, best place to go is our X page. Go to x.com/am I on the air and you will find what you need. Up first, the official trailer for All's Fair. This is going to be premiering November 4th on Hulu. This stars Kim Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash Betts, Tiona Taylor, Sarah Paulson, and Glenn Close. This is a stacked show that's going to be on Hulu. This comes from Ryan Murphy, and should be pretty good. November 4th. We have the first trailer for I Love LA. This is Rachel Sennett's new show. The new series will start streaming November 2nd on HBO Max. We got some new character posters for Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2. This premieres December 10th over on Disney+. We have an all-new look at Wicked for Good, which features the first snippets of the new original songs The Girl in the Bubble and No Place Like Home. Tickets are on sale now. We have the first poster for Playdate. That's right, a new movie starring Kevin James and Alan Ritchson. I love it. I love both these guys. So with that new poster came the first trailer. So that's right. Check out the new trailer. This movie is streaming November 12th. And it looks like a ton of fun, man. I'm a sucker for Kevin James, always have been. And I love Alan Ritchson. That's my new Batman. Whether he gets it or not, that is my new Batman. And I love it, man. You know, Alan Ritchson, obviously, in this movie, becomes best friends with Kevin James. And then you see that, you know, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes there. And it just looks fun. It's an action comedy. These are some of my favorite types of movies. You know, it's a streaming film. It's going to Prime Video on November 12th, but it looks like a ton of fun, man. So check out the trailer for Playdate. Playtime is what they do in the movie. Playdate is the name of the movie. November 12th on Prime. The Bad Guys Breaking In. We have the new trailer for DreamWorks' prequel that's coming out. No Other Choice. We have the first trailer. This is Squid Game star. He's leading Old Boy director's new movie. It's called No Other Choice once again, so check that out. We have the trailer for Nuremberg. This is Russell Crowe leading the star-studded World War II drama movie. Megan 3 actually is still in the books, even though Megan 2.0 bombed. Jason Blum is saying she will be back, so there you go. Saw 11 looks like it's moving forward. This is now under the Blumhouse banner, and they said they are revamping it, and they're getting close to putting something together, so it is finally starting to move forward. George Clooney has confirmed that they are working on Ocean's 14, and that most of the original cast will all be returning, so that is really exciting. I love those movies. Emmy winner Jeremy Strong is going to be returning to the small screen with The Succession star, executive producing and leading the Paramount Plus limited series 9/12, which will actually be a 9/11 drama, so very interesting there. In the greatest news of the week, Dexter Resurrection has been renewed for season 2. I loved Dexter Resurrection so much. My favorite show of the year. So damn good. It did so well that Paramount Plus, of course, bringing it back for another season. The writer's room just opened up, and we are cracking. The team is coming back. Michael C. Hall coming back. Get ready for some more Dexter. I am here for it. Let's see here. Kaylee Cuoco will be uncovering shocking secrets about an on-screen boyfriend, Sam Claflin, in the new mystery series Vanished. So that'll be coming soon. Apple TV Plus's period drama The Buccaneers has been renewed for a new season. Kaylee Cuoco's new show that we just talked about has actually landed on MGM Plus, so that's where you'll be able to watch that one. The Tonight Show is just, you know, this already happened, but, you know, he interviewed Taylor Swift last week because she's got the new album out and it's the biggest thing ever in the world. He interviewed her, but then I guess the interview was like twice as long when they actually recorded it. So he also released a special episode with the extended cut of Taylor Swift's interview. So you can check that out over on Peacock. Saoirse Ronan has been cast as Linda McCartney, the late musician who was Paul McCartney's first wife in the Beatles movies. Sony's Fab 4 biopic slated for 2028. She joins Harris Dickinson, Paul Mescal, Barry Keoghan, and Joseph Quinn. So nice little piece of casting there for that. Let's see here. We talked about that. We got the new poster for Mercy. The future of the criminal justice system is artificial intelligence. That's right. Mercy is going to be in IMAX theaters starting January 23rd. This is Chris Pratt's new movie with Rebecca Ferguson. And you know what? I was so happy when I went to see Tron last week. I had never seen the Mercy trailer. We put up the poster that day, dropped the poster. I knew the trailer would be coming out, but the trailer hadn't dropped yet. And then when I went and saw Tron, they showed the trailer before the movie. And it was one of those really rare circumstances where I'm watching a movie and I actually see a trailer that I've never seen before on the big screen. And I know some people don't like the concept to this movie. I think it looks really, really good. I like the concept. I like the futuristic kind of almost Minority Report aspect of it, that they think he murdered his wife. He has access to all the camera systems and he can try to prove himself innocent, or he gets the death penalty. So it's very interesting. I thought it looked great, and I can't wait to see Mercy. So check out the poster, and of course, now the trailer has been released, and we do have the poster up for you to check, or the trailer up for you guys to stream as well. We have the first poster for Chloe Zhao's movie Hamnet. This, of course, starring Jessie Buckley and Paul Mescal. We have the first teaser for Invincible Season 4. This premieres March of 2026 on Prime Video. We have the new trailer for All Her Fault. This stars Sarah Snook and Dakota Fanning, and this is going to be streaming on Peacock starting November 6th. I think this one looks really, really good, so I'm on board for this. We have the first little teaser. It's only a minute long for Marvel's new TV show that comes out now in January for Wonder Man. This show was supposed to come out in December. They pushed it back a month with Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. I don't know, man. This teaser sucks. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't show anything. It was super boring. I know they're trying to go very meta with this. It's just not working for me. Do I think the show's going to be good? Yeah, because I trust in Marvel and I like pretty much everything they put out. But this teaser trailer sucked. And then a couple days later, they put out another teaser trailer that was a little bit longer. And that one sucked too. It still didn't show anything. You don't see anyone with powers. Is he actually Wonder Man? I know they're trying to hold back a little bit, but this concept that they're doing, that they're trying to go for, is not working for most of us. Some people are like, oh, I'm intrigued, I'm in. I just don't get it. I'll still watch again because it's Marvel, but I just don't get the point of marketing it this way. It's not really working. We need a real trailer to drop. So, but we do have the first two little teaser trailers up on our X page, so check it out. We have the new cast poster for Edgar Wright's The Running Man, which is going to be hitting theaters on November 14th. And we finally have the new damn trailer, because it's been a long time. We've been watching that same first trailer over and over and over. Movie comes out literally next month. Where's the new trailer? We finally got it this week, so thank God. Check out the new trailer for The Running Man. It looks really good. Chad Powell's awesome. Check out Glenn Powell. See, I called him Chad Powell because I'm watching Chad Powers, which is also really funny, over on Hulu. So Glenn Powell coming out in The Running Man November 14th. So check that out. We finally got official confirmation that Minecraft 2, the movie, is coming soon. That's right. The first poster for a Minecraft movie sequel dropped with the release date, July 23rd, 2027. So we will be getting that sequel there with all the whole crew coming back for more. We have the official trailer for the Game of Thrones prequel series, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. This one's going to be premiering on January 18th over on HBO Max. We have the first trailer for Critical Role's new animated series, The Mighty Nein. This one debuted at New York Comic Con, and now you can check it out. We have the new trailer for Chloe Zhao's Hamnet. We talked about the poster earlier. This one hits theaters on Thanksgiving. Looks super boring, but it'll probably win all the Oscars. Let's see here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, the spin-off show on Paramount Plus, is returning for season 2, and we got the first little teaser trailer for that. J.K. Simmons and Anna Kendrick are set to star in Embassy, which will be a geopolitical thriller that so far is not even attached to a network. I always love when they make these shows and they don't even have a home yet, but hopefully, I mean, with those stars, they should have no problem finding somebody. Very sad to see that the show Countdown has been canceled. I really liked Countdown, and this is really unfortunate. Jensen Ackles led this one about a task force that was bringing down the bad guys, and I thought it was really good. This was on Prime Video. It looked like it did really well in the charts, but I guess it did really well in the US, but not really worldwide. So Amazon Prime pulled the trigger, and that's a bummer, because I did like that one. Cross is back on the case. That's right. Season 2 is coming soon, and we have your first sneak peek at it. Hacks is added. This summer I turned pretty breakout Christopher Briney to the season 5 cast. Get ready for SWAT 2.0. That's right, Shamar Moore teased a better and edgier take on the franchise and put out the first cast photo. The Mayor of Kingstown season 4 trailer has finally dropped. This show drops on Paramount Plus in just a couple weeks, so check out the season 4 trailer. Netflix's Death by Lightning dropped its trailer, which introduces Michael Shannon as President Garfield and Matthew McFadden as his assassin. This is premiering on November 6th. We have another little teaser trailer for Pluribus, which is the new show premiering on Apple TV on November 7th. Excuse me. All these little teasers are dropping for this show. I don't feel are really doing it any justice because no one knows what the fuck this show is. It needs an actual real trailer instead of just teasing us. So come on. It comes out again in a couple weeks, so let's get something real here. We found out that Mark Wahlberg is returning. I was actually shocked. I knew they were making a sequel to The Family Plan, but that movie just came out like a year ago, and the sequel's already here. I was like, when the hell did they film this thing? So Mark Wahlberg back, Michelle Monaghan back. This was a little movie that was an Apple TV Plus original last year. Did really well on the streamer. They, greenlit it for a sequel. And here we are a year later, and we're getting it November 21st. Streaming once again on Apple TV Plus. So the family is back. And earlier today, they dropped the first full trailer for it. If you like the first movie, I dug the first movie. I thought it was fun for a streaming film. This looks like more of the same, and I'll take it. So check out The Family Plan 2, premiering November 21st. So we talked about Countdown getting canceled over on Prime Video. Prime Video also canceled Butterfly, which was the action show with Daniel Day Kim. Another show I really liked. I really, really liked Butterfly, and Butterfly ended on a massive cliffhanger, and now I'm pissed, because I will never get resolution to that damn show. So Countdown and Butterfly both axed over at Prime Video after just one season apiece. We have the new poster for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which features Toy Chica. That's right, Toy Chica, who was also announced at the New York Comic Con, that Megan Fox will actually voice that character in the movie, which hits theaters on December 5th. Sigourney Weaver not ruling out returning to her alien character Ripley in light of a new 50-page script that she is seen from producer Walter Hill. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but there you go. Yellow Jackets looks like it's going to be ending after one more season. It will end with season 4 over on Paramount Plus. So there you go there. Which is about time. I do watch Yellow Jackets, but it is time. Definitely time to wrap that one up. Okay. A sequel to New Line's The Curse of La Llorona is underway. They have started filming, so there you go. I didn't think we'd ever get a sequel to that one. Bradley Cooper is in talks to star opposite Margot Robbie in the Ocean's 11 prequel over at Warner Brothers. Remember, it was supposed to be Ryan Gosling, but it looks like Gosling's out now, and Bradley Cooper is in talks. So, hey, I'll take Bradley Cooper and Margot Robbie. Why not? So, if this one ever comes to fruition, that would be pretty cool. Just interesting that they're still talking about doing this prequel, even though we're getting Ocean's 14 here soon. So, interesting. It looks like the live-action adaptation of Tangled is back in development, and now Scarlett Johansson is in talks to join, I think, as a producer and also star as, I don't know the character in this movie. It's like the fairy godmother or whoever the evil person is that locks her up in the thing. I think she'll be playing that if they do decide to move forward. Cynthia Erivo set to star in a new animated musical called Bad Fairies over at Warner Brothers Animation. Wonder Man, like I said, will now premiere on Disney Plus in January of 2026. They are 8 episodes, and they're each a half hour long. Boring. The Substance, which was one of the best movies of last year, is now streaming on HBO Max. So if you missed this one, definitely check out this crazy-ass film, now streaming on HBO Max. Vision Quest, it is official. We've been talking about this show, I feel like, for the last couple years, and nothing's been official from Marvel, but since it was New York Comic Con, they have made it official. The trilogy that started with WandaVision and then will conclude with Vision Quest is coming to Disney Plus in 2026. This is the continuing story of White Vision. after the events of WandaVision, like a year later. He is seen and talking to real life versions of all these AIs from across the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Should be very, very interesting. We have the first poster for Wonder Man. And again, this show premieres January 27th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, only on Disney+. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is official, coming back in March of 2026. So they're sticking to that March date like they did last year. So that is awesome. I'm so excited for some more Daredevil. Also announced, Marvel Animation's X-Men 97 Season 2 will be coming to Disney Plus in summer of 2026. Marvel Animation's Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man will also be back for Season 2 on Disney Plus in fall of 2026. New Line is moving forward with Mortal Kombat 3. They brought back writer Jeremy Slater as the screenwriter to start penning it. They are so happy with Part 2. That is why they delayed the film. That's why they pushed it to May of next year, because they said this is a big summer blockbuster that everyone's loving, and they wanted to position it properly. And the studio's so confident in it that they've already hired that writer to write Mortal Kombat 3, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. I don't know who this actor is, but Rudira Molika will officially star as Wanda and Vision's son, Tommy, in Vision Quest. So there you go. You know, you had the missing brother from Agatha all along. Now you know where he is. Tommy will be in Vision Quest. In some sad news, Diane Keaton passed away. That's right. The iconic actress, best known for her roles in Annie Hall, The Godfather, The Family Stone. She has passed away. Rest in peace. She was always one of those characters that just lit up the screen when she would pop up, you know, like one of the favorite moms across film. And she will definitely be missed. So much love, thoughts and prayers to her friends and family. All right, we have the first teaser for the Copenhagen test. This is stars Simu Liu and Melissa Barrera, so great cast there. The series follows an AI analyst who realizes his brain has been hacked, giving the perpetrators access to everything he sees and hears. This will be released on December 27th on Peacock. We have the official trailer for Squid Game The Challenge. This is the reality competition show. This will be streaming on November 4th over on Netflix. Let's see here. Talked about that. We got that. The official premiere date for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is January 18th on HBO Max. We have the first full trailer for Star Trek Starfleet Academy. This is coming soon. Holly Hunter, Paul Giamatti is starring in this one here. Looking forward to it. I think it looks pretty good. Prime Video also has a new show coming called Malice. This will be a thriller starring David Duchovny and Jack Whitehall. Let me see here. Some box office stuff. Skip through. We have the official trailer for Netflix's Train Dreams. This stars Joel Egerton and Felicity Jones, along with William H. Macy. That's going to be coming soon. We have the final trailer for Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, starring Jeremy Allen White. This Bruce Springsteen biopic is going to hit theaters on October 24th. Netflix has shared an all-new look and the premiere dates for Bridgerton Season 4. Part 1 will be streaming January 29th, and Part 2 streams February 26th. Taylor Swift dropping more for the fans, man. She is going to be releasing two different things. The Eras Tour, the final show, and an all-access 6-episode documentary chronicling the record-breaking The Eras Tour that she did. So, yes, two different things, both dropping on December 12th. One is a 6-part documentary that is behind the scenes of her tour. The first 2 episodes will drop, and then it'll be a weekly show on Disney+. But then they're also releasing the final show that she did for the Eras Tour, which included the additional set for the Tortured Poets Department that was not available on the previous version of the Eras Tour the Eras Tour concert movie that was in theaters and on Disney+. So, hey man, good time to be a Swiftie, right? You get extra Christmas presents there. So, Mel Gibson's Resurrection of the Christ getting a disappointing update as Jim Caviezel will not be back. And Monica Bellucci will not be back as they're going to recast those roles, which is kind of crazy, man. I always thought Jim Caviezel would be back. It sounded like he would. Not sure why. So it looks like he's going to cast some unknowns in those roles. Like I said, Apple TV is rebranding. They are dropping the plus sign, so it'll just be called Apple TV from here on out, getting rid of that plus. Jamie Bell, Thomasin McKenzie, and Johnny Lee Miller are joining Andrew Garfield in The Uprising. Congratulations to Taylor Swift again, because her new album has 12 songs on it, and she hit number 1, and the top 12 songs on the Hot 100 are all 12 songs from her album, which has never been done before. So not only has she debuted at number 1 with 4 million units sold, the album dethroned K-pop Demon Hunters, and all songs from the album debuted for the first time ever consecutively, every song from an album, which is just insane, man. She continues to break records. It's actually pretty damn impressive, whether you're a fan or not. M. Night Shyamalan is going to be directing the Magic 8 Ball series, a TV series that's going to be written by Brad Falchuk. Hey, man, you know, that's a good writer. It's a good director. Magic 8 Ball. I can see this premise working, so we'll see what happens with that. Brad Pitt's F1 movie from this summer will finally start streaming on Apple TV on December 12th. Orlando Bloom's boxing movie The Cut is going to be streaming starting November 1st on Paramount+. Al Pacino and Kiefer Sutherland are going to star in Luc Besson's new action thriller Father Joe. Shudder has ordered The Creep Tape Season 3 before the Season 2 premiere, so that's good to see there. We have some run times for the first drop of the Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1, I should say. The first episode's an hour and 8 minutes. The second episode's 54 minutes. The third episode's an hour and 6 minutes. And the fourth episode's an hour and 23 minutes. So they said all these episodes are going to be little mini movies, and they're not lying, man. There's some good run times. This ain't no half-hour Peacemaker shit. So there you go there. Let's see here. We talked about that. Explore Grandma's Dark Side. That's right, the new trailer for Killer Grannies, hosted by June Squibb. This is going to be premiering November 9th on Oxygen True Crime. So, very interesting trailer. Speaking of good trailers, man, Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams star in the new trailer for Send Help. This is Sam Raimi's new thriller that hits theaters January 30th. I loved this trailer. This movie looks awesome. Sam Raimi bringing it. I love it. I can't wait to see this one. We have the new Red Band trailer for It, Welcome to Derry. This starts streaming October 26th on HBO Max. This looks awesome. I'm so there for it. Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and Caleb Turner star in the new trailer for Eternity, which looks really fun. I'll probably still wait for streaming, but this hits theaters November 26th. Channing Tatum says they have an amazing script for 23 Jump Street, but says it probably won't ever happen because one of the producers on the film wants too much money, and they're not going to make the money till the budget comes down. They're not going to make the movie till the budget comes down, and supposedly this producer won't take a pay cut, and that is holding the film up, which is really unfortunate because they said everyone loves this great script that they have for it. So what a bummer. I'd love to see a 23 Jump Street. The movie The Roses that came out in August with Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman is going to hit digital on October 21st. We have the new trailer for A Merry Little Xmas. That's right, a fun little Netflix Christmas movie with Alicia Silverstone and Oliver Hudson with Jamila Jamil and Melissa Joan Hart. So check this one out. This comes out November 12th on Netflix. Speaking of Jim Caviezel, crazy, I have 2 news bits with him. He's going to star in Sony and Mandalay's Archangel, which is set for a November 2026 release date. Marvel Studios rumor, Marvel TV head Brad Winderbaum says that a potential Jessica Jones revival may be coming sooner than you think. We'll see. And, lastly, this is what I was talking about earlier. Christopher Nolan came out and says that Dwayne Johnson was brilliant in The Smashing Machine. He says it's heartbreaking. I think it's an incredible performance. I don't think you'll see a better performance this year. That is coming from everybody's king director, Christopher Nolan, about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and The Smashing Machine. So high praise. I'm sure The Rock is on cloud 9 after reading that. Pretty damn cool to see. And lastly, sorry, I know I said that was lastly, but now I'm lastly. I just want to thank everybody that listens to this show on Good Pods. Every week, they send me an email saying how we have maintained on the top listener chart for entertainment and movie and TV news across multiple categories: independent, entertainment, TV, movie. We're across multiple charts in the top 100 and top 50 of all podcasts. And I thank you if you listen on Good Pods. So shout out to Good Pods. And that, my friends, will do it. I know we went long tonight. We're almost at 50 minutes. But we had a lot of movies and TV shows to talk about. So let me get you on out of here. I'm also losing my voice. My voice is getting scratchy. I need some water. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage. Just make sure you bookmark it. You can get to everything that you need there. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir. Give us a follow on X at AmIOnTheAir. You can follow me directly at DXDonMega. Same handles over on Threads and Blue Sky if you prefer to use different social medias. Just find us there. Wherever you see fit, it's all good. Make sure you subscribe to us on your favorite podcast feed like Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Wherever you listen, subscribe, like the show, thumbs it up, give 5 stars, whatever you can. It would really, really help us out. So thank you. Make sure you subscribe to us on all the other social medias like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. All you got to do is search Am I on the Air? All one word. You'll find us, no problem. Thank you to our great affiliates at the Red Dragons Radio and at Pop Culture Pros. Check them out. Give them a follow at Red Dragons Radio and at popculture_pros. Thank you for always streaming our show on demand. And that'll do it for me on this Tuesday, October the 14th. I hope you all have an amazing week. This weekend at the theater, I think Good Fortune comes out. Looking forward to that. I think even Black Phone 2 might come out this weekend. So I might have a double feature again this weekend. We will see. But we'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. So till next time, y'all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace. Red Dragon!